We made it to South Dakota, y'all. Oh my gosh, so far this trip has been amazing. Today we have 3 amazing spots that we're going to visit, and then we're gonna end our day at hopefully another free camp spot. So make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end to see if we got that awesome spot.
Cupcakes rolling down that dusty road, sunsets painting stories in her soul. Boots kicking up dreams with every stride. Freedom's calling, she can't hide it. Chasing dreams where the wild winds blow. Heart wide open where the free hearts go. Strong and free, got adventure on her mind. Come right along, leave your fears behind.
My first stop of the day is the 1880s town, but I'm gonna let Cornbread take over with all the details.
Well, thank you, little missy. Now, if you're hankering to step out of this modern contraption-filled world and plant your boots square in the dust of the frontier days, let me spin you a yarn about 1880s town, sitting out yonder in Midland, South Dakota. Mighty fine spot it is, like walking through the pages of your grandpappy's diary, only without all the prairie blizzards and bean suppers. You see, this here town ain't no cheap dime store imitation. No sir, it's chock full of honest-to-goodness buildings fetched from all over the Dakota Plains, some older than a $2 fiddle. More than 30 structures stand proud, from the saloon with its swinging doors to the general store where you can almost smell the penny candy. There's a jailhouse too, so keep your nose clean, lest they clap you in irons for looking suspicious. Take heed though, this ain't no quick trot. Give yourself a couple hours to mosey proper. They open up in the spring and shutter come fall, so mind the season and fetch your dollars for admission. Dogs can come too, so your trusty hound can sniff out the pass right next to you. Next, step through them swinging doors and behold the Longhorn Saloon. Ain't no hooch here, but a cold sarsaparilla will wet your whistle fine. You'll hear that piano round in ragtime like angels dancing on ivory keys. Reckon you can sit a spell, swap a yarn, or pose for a photograph in duds fancier than a Sunday preacher's suit. So if you're rolling westward on that great iron road they call Interstate 90, put the brake on them rubber wheels and pay a call. 1880s town ain't just a stop, it's a downright teleportation into an era where men tipped their hats, ladies fanned themselves all delicate like, and every day was a gamble on fortune and grit. So hitch up your curiosity and get yourself to Midland. It'll do your spirit good to taste a slice of yesteryear, dust and all.
Okay, listen real close. See if you can hear this bell ringing. As you can tell, the wind is blowing extremely bad. Listen close.
Now, if you're partial to theatricals, you'll fancy this. The very movie set from that big picture, Dances with Wolves, calls this place home. That's right, that Kevin Costner feller left his mark here, and they've got all manner of props and frippery on display for folks with curious eyes. Make sure to catch a viewing of the bank robbery reimagining while you're there. Those fellers paint a picture of what it was like when some varmints came into town and decided to take a little too close of a gander of the locals' hard-earned simoleons and take some for themselves. The sheriff stood up to protect the townfolk, and you can get a good feeling of how dangerous those days might have been.
Next stop is the Santa Fe Train Diner, which is right next door to the 1880s town, so you don't even need to leave the parking lot. Even though I wasn't really hungry, I wanted to see the inside of the train and just enjoy a quick bite. The setup inside is really cool, and they seem to be pretty busy and pretty quick with their service. The diner offers a cool 50s vibe with lots of American flair and a retro atmosphere inside the train.
Next up, let me spin you a yarn about the Prairie Homestead. This ain't no fancy city house made of boards and nails, no sir. Back when folks came looking for a new start in the prairie, wood was scarcer than hen's teeth. So they built their homes from the very earth beneath their boots. That's right, sod. Thick strips of grass and soil, stacked like bricks, tight enough to keep out the winds that howls like coyotes on a cold night. Old Ed Brown and his missus laid this one up in 1909, and let me tell you, it's still standing proud today. Step inside and you'll see how they lived. Wood stove smoking, kerosene lamp glowing, and every stick of furniture earning its keep. Weren't no easy life hauling water and busting sod sun up to sundown, but they made do.
Which took place about 60 miles southwest of here in 1890. The first homesteads were filed for in Jackson County at the turn of the century. The largest number of homesteads filed for in any one year in all the western states was in 1913. The last homestead was filed for in this county in 1935. However, by 1918, most every 160 acres had been filed for, and most of the homesteaders were living in their camp.
I'm sorry. I caught somebody on the potty.
They've got this place fixed up now so travelers can take a gander. Why, you might even catch sight of a gang of white prairie dogs out front standing guard like little sentries. So hitch up your wagon and head over. It's a history with a heap of prairie grit.
Okay guys, so we are at the Sage Creek campgrounds right outside of Wall, South Dakota, and right inside of the Badlands National Park. This is a free campsite. There are 2 sets of vault toilets. There are covered pavilions with the little windscreens. It's hard to determine how many campsites there actually are because cars are kind of just parked every which way. There's a bunch of tents too. Now I will say it is a beautiful, beautiful area, but there are bison roaming around, and I'm gonna show you footage in just a minute of one that got into the in the middle of the camp, and nobody was hurt, and it went on right on through. It was just sniffing around. So, but just beware that there are lots of bison out here, and could potentially, please don't feed them. You know, there's also the little prairie dogs around. You know, they're harmless, but they'll get into your stuff, so don't leave any food out, and don't feed them either. But I'll let you know in the morning how I slept, if it was noisy, because there, like I said, there are quite a bit of people here, you know, so we'll see, and I'll let you know in the morning how it went. Good morning. So it's about 5:15. Of course, you know I'm awake. I'm awake early. The campgrounds are very quiet right now. Everybody's still asleep. So I'm inside the car, just freshened up a little bit, and I slept very well. And actually, I figured the campground would be loud because there were so many people here. But about 9:30 last night, it like went dead quiet. So it's a very good campground. Let me show you what's still roaming around though. Hang on. So as you can see, we still have a little visitor. I think he's using those posts to scratch. So just be mindful that this campground does have bison roaming around. It is beautiful this morning with the sunrise coming up. And like I said, there are toilets here. There's no electricity, so you are boondocking. But overall, this was a great campsite. Okay, so that's gonna wrap up this video. Next week, I'll be exploring the Badlands. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.